El Señor me premia por mi conducta y mi valor. Es mi Dios, es mi Dios. Te alabaré, Señor. Te alabaré, Señor. El Señor es mi bastión, mi baluarte y salvación. Es mi Dios, es mi Dios, mi escudo y defensor, Salvador que libra hoy. Es mi Dios, es mi Dios. El Señor me premia por mi conducta y mi valor. Es mi Dios, es mi Dios. Te alabaré, Señor. Te alabaré, Señor. El Señor es mi bastión, mi baluarte y salvación. Es mi Dios, es mi Dios, mi escudo y defensor, Salvador que libra hoy. Es mi Dios, es mi Dios. El Señor me premia por mi conducta y mi valor. Es mi Dios, es mi Dios. Te alabaré, Señor.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the pre-show here in the Live and Trig Show. Good morning. How are you guys? We're here just in these first few minutes, about 4 minutes and 45 seconds, as a preview or as a pre-show, just so you can come in to the live stream here on this day. We're talking about, man, how to make February into a better month than January. Are you like me and just thankful that it's finally February, the month of love? January seemed like the month of not love, of hate, of angry politics. I thought we were done with all that stuff, but what happened? So I want to talk to you about 4 strategies that will help you make February into one, not January. Anybody ready for a new month? So many posts and politics and party affiliations that it seems like we are all either feeling upset at someone, or maybe you have been the recipient of somebody's anger, or maybe it's just the fact that your car broke down or that you gained 10 pounds instead of losing 10 pounds. The other day I posted on my Facebook page that maybe it's time to start our New Year's resolutions this month, right? Not last month. And so let's just give ourselves a 30-day grace period to start all over again. Who's with me on that? I had a friend, my dear friend Irene, who she's a Chinese, Taiwanese, and she was telling me, Trig, don't worry. We just celebrated the Chinese New Year last week, so you're all good. So if you are like me, wanting a brand new start, we're going to start in 3 minutes here on the David Trigg Show, also for the whole family, giving you 4 strategies. So come in. I want to have something new today. I want to have 10 shares of this video. If you know somebody in your life, I know you do, that needs to have a fresh start to this year, share this video out with your friends so that they also can benefit from this awesome topic. So I want to check out here my stream here on Facebook. We're also live on Periscope. Just checking out everything that we have going on. Thankful for all of the people that are tuning in on this brand new day. Also here, let me go to my computer and just check here Periscope. Welcome to all of my Periscope friends. We have a few viewers there, and also on YouTube Live. So if you are anywhere in the world, in the planet, welcome. Bienvenidos here to the David Trigg Show. Gozo for the whole family. Here in about 2 minutes, we're going to start with the actual show. This is just a pre-show so that you can come in, get yourself situated. Maybe you're in the car. Maybe you're watching this later tonight. Make sure that you put on your headphones so you can listen to everything just right, so that you can learn what are these 4 principles. Because, I mean, it seems like it's not just politics, and all the stuff that we're all experiencing. It's also just normal stuff. It feels like it's falling apart. I mean, I'll tell you in a second here how many things just in my own home have fallen apart. Like, man, can anything else break? But I don't think that we need to. I don't think we need to live this way for the rest of the year, right? I mean, I don't think any of us wants to or can afford to, right? We need to get going once again. And so yesterday I put a post on my Facebook page, on my personal page, my profile, and it was just one of those posts where I went on for like, I don't know, like a whole page, a whole like 3 screens worth of stuff. You may want to check that out. Just kind of processing this month. I feel like God was telling me a lot of good things. So welcome to the stream. Here in about 45 seconds, we're going to start with this brand new episode here in this month of February. Today is already the 3rd of February. So welcome. Thank you for being here, for joining me, getting my hair ready. Make sure that you get yourself ready. Welcome to the live stream on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter Live, Periscope, YouTube, etc. So just in a few seconds, we're going to start. As I said, give us some hearts every time that you think this content is helpful to you. Give me some hearts so that you can feel like you're a part of this community and excited to be here. So here we go. In 5 seconds, let's make this transition. Here we go.
El Señor es mi bastión, mi baluarte y salvación, es mi Dios, es mi Dios, mi escudo y defensor, Salvador que libra hoy, es mi Dios.
es mi Dios. So welcome everybody to the Drink Podcast of Joy, where we are going. So what? The weather's got you down. The brakes in your car, they don't work anymore. You're looking at your wallet at your waistline, bro, wondering, man, what's going on? Don't worry, Ghost Nation. Let's spend the next few minutes talking about grace, talking about talking about joy today here. The Drake Podcast of Joy and Gozo TV. I am surrounded by Gozo, by joy. Here's my Gozo mug. It's so good to have my Gozo mug. I have my Gozo bell. That is my Gozo Get Real bell. Anytime that we get real here on Gozo TV, we ring that bell. We also have our positive mindset, our Gozo trophy, because remember that you are a winner. Also here surrounded by all kinds of love on this February. Welcome to the show. Make sure that you share this out. My goal is to have 10 shares on this video so that we can get the message out to people that need a brand new start. Man, isn't January? Wasn't that a crazy month? And I thought December was bad. I thought we were done with angry politics and angry posts and things breaking down. And remember when our biggest problem was that we overspent and overate during Christmas? What happened to those good old days? Now it seems like we have bigger problems of Russia and politics and refugees and anger and apathy and activism. And let me say this up front. All those emotions and all those emotions, I guess, are all normal and human. I'm not condemning any of those things. I've felt all three. Have you felt all three? But I think that what's happened is it's left us feeling pretty weary, right? It's felt us pretty exhausted, just thinking, man, this is not the way forward. So let me start here on this topic. I want to give you 4 things that I think will help you on this day. So here we go with the message of the day. So the other day, I wrote this on my Facebook page. I think it was yesterday or maybe it was a couple days ago. I went out to the park just because I had to just clear my mind. I had been, trying to get all these things done here at home and things breaking down, not just, as I said, CNN stuff, but it was just stuff here at the house. And I'll tell you here about that in a second. And hopefully you can relate to this. So I finally thought, man, I got to get out of this funk. Like, what's going on? So I was driving to work. Then it was as if God just said, get off here on this one street. And I thought, where am I going? I never get off here. And so, but I did, you sometimes have to listen to that inner voice, right? And so I listened, I got off, and then it hit me that I was driving towards my old high school. I mean, it's been 30 years, 1987, our Tisha High School pioneers. I mean, I'm 47. And so it kind of dawned on me that I was actually driving to my old high school, and just things began to sort of like connect, I thought, man, I'm going back to where my life was filled with optimism to me, and it might be different for you. For me, high school was one of those best moments. It was a glorious time. I felt so filled with hope, with purpose. I got into UCLA. I was an A student, got awards. So in many ways, I was going back to a better time. So I drove by my school. I parked right in front, and then I was hungry though, so I went and got some oatmeal and my favorite, mocha and, non-fat, whatever they call that, skinny, blah, 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 trying to get skinny myself, and drove to a park right across the street from the school, and I just sat there for like an hour praying. I began to write. I began to meditate. There were workers that were mowing the lawn, and at first I was bugged because they were making noise, and I was trying to, spend time alone with God, but I actually saw them as a blessing. I thought, man, how awesome that these guys have work. Then I saw a couple that live outside, they're homeless. And I thought, man, crazy, huh? How like this couple is just waking up and they're doing their thing, and they had their dog there on the table. They were just having their morning coffee. Probably slept in the park all night. Probably are there every week, every night. And so all these things began to happen, and it just hit me. Like, this has been a crazy month. But you know what God told me? It was one phrase that I had seen before. I have a friend who I follow online, Joel Com, I believe his name is. And he has this hashtag in the back, just kind of in the studio. You know, like in behind him, it says, do good stuff, or do more stuff. Hashtag do more good stuff. Something like that. And I had never really thought about it. I mean, I've been watching him for months, maybe a year. And guess what? While I was sitting there, it hit me. God was saying, Trig, do more good stuff. It's time to put away angry politics, and it's time to do what you do. And so at the end of that hour, it was just a time for me to write. I made a bunch of like charts for my work. I called some friends. I just had clarity in a bunch of things. But what really helped me was to finally realize that I had been in the hole, right? And maybe you have felt the same way. So I want to give you these 4 tips, because maybe you haven't had that breakthrough yet. You're still in the car driving to work doing the same old thing. You haven't gotten off the freeway yet to listen to God and do things differently. So I want to help you do that. And I think these 4 tips will help you. Number 1 is exactly what I just started with. Stop and reflect. That's the first thing. You need to get off the treadmill. You have to get off this path that you're on. Even though you may think it's the right path. You might think, well, I need to be online, representing Trump, representing what Trump should be doing, representing my rights, representing the people that I represent. All things that you need to do, perhaps. But stop and reflect. You need to get off that freeway, at least for one day, unless we keep repeating the same mistakes. And because when you stop and reflect, you can then realize the mess that you're under, how you feel on the inside, because a lot of times we think, I'm good. There's nothing going on. Just wiping here a little bit of stuff I'm noticing. You're thinking, I'm good. This is my right. I'm supposed to be mad. Maybe you're not angry online, but you're angry at home. Your mouth is just going with your wife, with your husband, right? So don't hide behind, I don't do this. Well, what are you doing that is causing you trauma? Stop and reflect. Get off the treadmill. Go to that favorite place that maybe you haven't been to in months, where you can stop and listen to God. For me, it was at park. And sometimes those things don't just happen. I mean, you don't plan those things. They just happen. So maybe what you have to do is simply just to say, God, I need to stop. So help me just to stop and reflect. Number 2 is very similar. Get away. Sometimes you physically have to get away from your environment. Sometimes we are so inundated by news or by people, or we begin to just feel really weird inside, right? Angry and upset at the electrical guy, at the laundry guy, at the lawnmower guy, at the people that you love. You have to literally, physically, I'm talking about, get away. I have a friend who I really enjoy watching her streams, and she's been on my show a couple times. And she literally took the last 2 weeks off and left the country. You know how everybody says, I'm leaving for Canada, I'm leaving the country. Well, she literally left the country for a couple of weeks. I don't think she's back till next week. And while she's away, she's been posting saying, I need to get away from the negative energy of the U.S. right now. And it just hit me like, man, this is exactly right. There's such a negative energy that's happening in our country right now. And I'm not taking away anything from your right to protest, to stand against evil, to stand against injustice. But the only way that we're going to engage whatever your cause may be is by being right inside. You can't lead from anger. You can't discipline your child out of anger. You have to have your brain turned back on. And sometimes we literally have to get away. So where is that place? You say, well, I can't take a vacation for 3 weeks like your friend. Well, of course not everyone can. But can you this Saturday, tomorrow, Take a break from your normal routine. Delete your Facebook account. Unactivate it. Instead of unfriending a bunch of people, which again is motivated out of anger, instead, how about if you simply just delete it from your phone? Maybe you literally go away to a place where you have happy thoughts. I love Disneyland. Maybe if you have passes or if you can afford it, go to Disneyland. Go to the mountains. Go somewhere where it's free. You don't have to spend money. But try to actually get away physically from the same environment. Number 3 is, this is the good one, refocus on God. I think a lot of times we think, well, I'm doing this for God. I'm doing this in His name. I'm doing this because He is for my cause. You know how many people say that on both sides of a cause? Everyone says, here's my verse, and yet there's anger and hate that happens. So whose side is God on? Excuse me, I have a bit of a cough. Let me get some water in here. I've been fighting a cough and a cold all week. Make sure that you're actually spending time listening to God, not just fighting for God. There's a verse in the Bible the other day I was reading that it said the same thing. I forget exactly right now, but it came to my mind just now, where whoever was writing this, maybe it was in the New Testament, was saying, don't be acting like you have the corner on God. Like only you know what God says. I think it was Revelation, actually, chapter 5 and 6. I was reading this the other night. It talks about how we all think we're standing for God, but God has His own agenda. And we are limited in our understanding of what God actually wants to do. Do you know what He wants to do with Trump? Or with the Russians, or with the refugees, or with the immigrants? Of course, there are things that we know of God. But we don't have the exact answer from heaven. We're all just trying to do the best that we can with the limited revelation that we have. And again, I'm not saying to not protest or to not represent your cause or to not stand against violence or injustice. I'm just saying, have you spent time with God? Has that been working for you, or are you feeling worse and worse about your life? And then the last one, which is really the one that hit me the most, as I mentioned in this story earlier, is to do more good stuff. I love that quote, that hashtag that I saw of my friend. It was just so powerful for me. Do more good stuff. It's a simple concept, but that really is, to me, the point here is do good things in the world. Do more good stuff. Now, there are a couple of words, obviously. Do more good stuff, 4 words. So do. So that speaks of being active. It's to be online just hating on people, or to be home angry, just kind of gossiping about your neighbor, or about your pastor, or about your friend, doesn't do anything. You actually have to do something. Do more. So more, I love that word, because you might have tried something and you stopped. You might be at a place where you've stopped doing anything. Or you kind of are tempted to just do the same thing over and over again. Do more. Actually, do more than the regular stuff. Do more than the average. See yourself, ask yourself, what do I need to increase? Do I need to increase in love, working out more, getting out of bed earlier, loving my neighbor more, helping somebody, giving them a ride more often? And then do more good. That's the best word of the whole thing. Good. Good is such a simple and yet powerful word. When I feel angry at someone that I normally love, I'm thinking, that's not good. When I'm getting upset at the person who fixed my washer, who basically robbed me $80, to fix my laundry, and then I'm getting all mad and worked up over $80, I'm thinking, that's not good. Do more good stuff. Evaluate your actions. Are they good, or are they angry? Are they making you feel good inside? That's another way to evaluate it, is how is it making you feel? Also, go back to God's word, Galatians 5:22. Begin to ask yourself, is this action a fruit of the Spirit? Or is it a fruit of my flesh? And then lastly, is do more good stuff. And I love that word stuff because there is no right or wrong. There is no limit to what you should do. You have to just simply ask yourself, what is the stuff that I do? What is the stuff that I am good at, that I can do well, that can actually benefit other people? Is it mentoring kids on Tuesdays at 4 o'clock? Is it mowing the lawn every Friday and just spending that time alone with God and maybe with your neighbors? What is that stuff that makes you feel like you're contributing to this world? So those 4 things I think are going to help us in this day and age. So I hope that just brief message has helped you. I want to go back here just briefly to our, see if I can get this here. There it is. So I want to check on Facebook, see how it's going. So we have the screen there. So I'm glad. Let me go to Periscope really quick and see how that looks, just to see if we have any comments. So there's that screen. Glad to have you guys there. Always great to see people just coming in and out of the chat. We don't always have a ton of people, but always grateful. And then on YouTube, let's see if we have anybody here who is tuning in. On YouTube, it's sort of interesting how I can't always find the live stream, but I know it's live, and so normally it's here under my videos. But while I'm here, you can always go to my YouTube page and make sure that you subscribe here on the David Trigg Show by going to Trigueros 1 so that you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and be connected. So again, I want to just encourage you. I hope that these 4 tips have helped you. I want to see some hearts going across. Thank you on Periscope for these tips, or for these hearts. Glad to have those hearts there. I see somebody that is tuning in, so thank you on Periscope. Thank you on YouTube Live. Thank you on Facebook Live. Let's grow this page so that people can benefit from this content. I think that we all need to be thinking differently in February. I want to see 10 shares today. So maybe you're watching this later today. I want you to share this video on Facebook Live or on Periscope, retweet, restream, everything on YouTube, etc. Send the link to somebody that you know and want to receive this message, and also subscribe to my podcast. So it's the same content as this, but it's on audio only, and that's at lifeofgoso.com/daily devotions. I think I have the link down here somewhere. Thank you again, everybody. I am so excited to be here with you Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Thank you for all that you are doing to make your life a life of gozo. Gozo, by the way, means joy. Have a great rest of this day. Have a great rest of this week. Have a great rest of this month. And I will see you next time. Adios.